Hey, were you just checking out the back of my cabinet doors? All you had to do was ask. I'll show you how I made them. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll take you on a tour of my whole house and show you all the cabinet doors that I've made and why this skill has come in so handy. Let's go. Why would cabinet doors be the first DIY project I ever choose to do? Well, here's why. I was on a budget. My husband lived out of state, and the one thing that needed major update in my house were the cabinets. When I got the initial bid for someone to come and paint my cabinet doors, I about killed over. No way was I going to pay someone $11,000 to $13,000 to come and paint my cabinet doors. I didn't even like the cabinet doors in the first place. So I got on YouTube and I searched how to make cabinet doors. The first cabinet doors that came up were pocket hole cabinet doors. I thought, great, I think I can do this. I went to the store, I got a Craig jig. I learned how to do pocket holes. Would this have done the job? Absolutely. But you know what my worry was? I had a lot of people telling me that I could not do this. I didn't only want to make a cabinet door, I wanted to make a dang good cabinet door. So I decided I was gonna up the ante and I was gonna learn how to do the tongue and groove shaker cabinet door. Listen, at the end of the day, I wanted these cabinets to look good. Why? Because I had a lot of people doubting me. And since that time, I have made over 70 doors. If you're looking for a more in-depth tutorial on how to make shaker cabinet doors using the tongue and groove style, I've linked the video here. Step 1, cut rails and stiles. Step 2, how to adjust and position your routing table and the bit. Step 3, finding the center of your groove and cutting the groove. Step 4, changing the router bit to cut the tongue. Step 5, dry fit the bit to the cabinet panel to make sure they fit. Fun fact, did you know shaker cabinet doors actually originated from the religious group the Quakers back in 1774, formerly known as the Shaking Quakers? Why were they given this name, the Shaking Quakers? Well, this was a great representation of how they worshiped. They did a lot of ecstatic movement and dancing while they worshiped. I don't dance, it's fine. It's not my talent. I've accepted that. Anyway, their furniture and their cabinetry was designed to represent who they were as people, their simplicity and their humility, yet nothing fancy, but it added to the space. Little did they know that this design would be one of the most timeless and popular fashions in households all around the world for years to come. You're welcome. Step 6, insert the router bit and cut the tongue. Step 7, clean up the edges and shave off extra wood. Okay, let's talk numbers for a minute. 3 years ago, if I were to have gone to a hardware store and purchased a maple shaker tongue and groove style cabinet door, I would have paid anywhere between $30 and $45 per cabinet door, depending on the size. Let's say roughly I've got 65 cabinet doors in my house. That would have cost me $1,950. With tax, probably well over $2,000. What it cost me to make one cabinet door is a third of the cost. The Bosch routing table with the router costs about $370 at Lowe's. I'm sure you can find it anywhere else. With my investment in a routing table of $370 and the cost of materials, which was a third of the cost that I told you, I'm guesstimating about $650. That gives my total $1,020. That is still $930 less than what it would have cost me to actually purchase the cabinet doors themselves. Do you see where the savings is here? together. Yes, it's a time commitment, but if you're looking more on an investment of saving money rather than time, looking to refine a skill and add tools to your collection, you guys, this is the way to do it. Step 8, dry fit the rails and stiles. Step 9, measure and cut the cabinet door panels. Step 10, and glue them up and clamp it. If you are a first-time DIYer and you want to get started on this project, I've linked a couple videos of how to use some power tools that will help you in this process. If you've never picked up a power tool in your life, don't let that scare you. I hadn't either. This was my first project. If this video has been even remotely helpful, please let me know. If you have any questions, want to see something, leave it in the comments below. If you have ideas for videos for me, I would really appreciate that as well. Okay, let's go. Now it is the moment of truth. When you decide at that point in your life that you are going to DIY something, one of the things that you risk is substituting a professional to come into your home to make it look pristine versus you doing the work and making it look like it's a DIY job. I may risk coming across as extremely judgmental and very high maintenance, which, you know, am I denying that? Am I agreeing to that? When it comes to what my house looks like, I care because this is the space I spend all of my time. This is a part of me. This is a part of my self-esteem. So all the efforts that I put into this house, I want it to be my best self coming out. Why shaker cabinet doors with the tongue and groove versus the pocket holes? They both get the job done. It's a cabinet door. And if no one were to open your cabinet doors, no one would be able to tell the difference. I open those cabinet doors. I am sorry, I think pocket holes look cheap, plain and simple. That is all this really comes down to. Now, pocket holes are great for so many other things. I don't want them showing on my work. This was one of those things that I did not want my cabinet doors in my kitchen to look cheap. I wanted them to look like they were custom built. One of the benefits of doing pocket hole cabinet doors is that it's fast. So if you're in a project to get it done quickly, okay, that might be your thing. I wasn't in it to do it quickly. I was in it to look good. What are you trading off? You're trading off a little bit of extra time. For me, it's absolutely worth the extra time in making it look a little bit better. And honestly, when you have it set up the right way, it's not that much more time. At no point do you ever walk into a store, a custom cabinet store, and open a cabinet door and there's pocket holes on the back of them. Never. I don't want that in my home, nor do I think that any potential buyer for my home would want that as well. I'm just gonna take that extra time and do it the right way. Did I go too far? Maybe too much. Sorry. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next time.